Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. Okay, we're talking about the third type of an equation of a line. The first one we talked about was the slope-intercept form, which is the y is equal to mx plus c. The second one we just finished was the point-slope form, which was y equal to y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So I told you for the point-slope form, which is the y minus y1, mx minus x1, you use that formula when you have only one point and one slope. All right, now we're going to go to the 2-point form now. This is different from the point-slope form, from the word 2 points. It means that this is a case where they gave you 2 points and you don't have any gradient. Okay, the previous one was the point-slope form where you have 1 point and 1 gradient. Now in the 2-point form, it's just that you only have what? 2 points and no gradient. So technically, the 2-point form is just an extension of the point-slope form. So in which we need to calculate the m using the slope formula. All right. So just to remind us, I told you the point-slope form. Okay. The point-slope form was y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. And I told you we use this when we have 1 point, all right? And we have the slope. Is that okay? So we use this formula. We discussed it in the previous video. So if you've not watched it, please go and watch it so that you can understand. Also, in the previous video, in this series, we talked about the slope, all right? The slope or gradient. If you remember, we talked about the slope or gradient, which is equal to what? M. And we said is what? Y2 minus y1 divided by what? X2 minus x1. Now, this 2-point form now, okay? We talked about all this earlier, all right? Now, this 2-point form, when we use it, is that when we have 2 points, okay? Let me take this out. So when do we use this? Okay, let me say when. So when do we use this? When you have 2 points and no gradient. So when do we use this? It's when you have 2 points. So they gave you 2 points. So that means you have x1, y1, and you have also what? x2, y2. Is that okay? But in this case, no gradient was given. So that means the gradient or slope was not given. All right, so that is when you use it. Now, what happens is that the 2-point form is a combination here. If you remember, it was y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1 for the point slope. But the 2-point form, what happens is that instead of having m, we're going to substitute it with the formula for m. So instead of having m here, we're going to say it's going to be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus what? X1. Then we'll now put in the remaining part, which is the x minus x1, and we now have x minus x1. And this is what we call the 2-point what? Form. So you can see that this is an extension of the point slope form, like I said. So in which we calculate the slope from the given point. Okay, so where we know that in this case, x1, y1 is the first point, okay? And we have x2, y2 to be the what? The second point. All right? All right? Then, as usual, when you're done solving all this, you then have to convert it to the y is equal to what? Mx plus c. So you see, similar to the point slope form, when you're done, you simplify and you convert it back to the y is equal to mx plus c, which is the slope-intercept form. All right, let's see now. How do we solve this? Okay, how do we solve this? I have 3 rules as well. Okay, or 3 steps. The first thing you have to do is that you have to first identify. You have to identify your x1, y1, and your x2, y2. Okay? Number 2, after you've done that, the next thing you have to do is then you have to substitute. Okay? So you have to then substitute the x1, y1 into the formula. x1, so you have to substitute the above. That means step 1, you have to substitute the above into the formula. So that will be y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that will give you x minus x1. So then you have to then substitute into the formula. Number 3, as usual, you then expand the brackets. Okay? Simplify. And make y the subject of the formula. Okay? So that means, so you leave your answer, okay, in y is equal to what? mx plus c. Okay, that is that for that. All right, so you identify the first point, x1, y1, x2, y2. After that, you substitute it into the formula, and then you expand the bracket, you then simplify, and you make y the subject of the formula, okay? And that's what you do. So now I'm gonna go and pick some examples now so that we can solve. All right, so let's pick this example here, and we're told to find the equation. To find the equation of a line. To find the equation of a line passing through, okay, passing through 3, 6 and 5, minus 8. Okay, we're told to find the equation of a line passing through these 2 points. So as you can see in this example, we have 2 points, but the slope was not given, all right? So then we have to use this. We have to then identify the 2 points, that is the x1, y1, x2, y2. So what I usually tell students, for me, I just prefer to make the first point my x1, y1, then the second one my x2, y2. Okay? You can swap it and you still give it the same thing, but I'm just more biased towards making the first point I see in the question my x1, y1, and the second one my x2, y2. Okay, so let's solve this. So step 1, we need to identify our x1 is going to be equal to 3. Our y1 is going to be equal to what? 6. Our x2 is going to be equal to 5. Our y2 is going to be equal to minus 8. Then step 2, okay? So for step 2, we need to substitute the above into the formula y minus y1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, x minus x1. So we have y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, x minus x1. Then y minus, my y1 is what? 6 is equal to the y2 is minus 8 minus 6 divided by x2 is 5 minus 3. Okay? And then when you now put that, so you now have to now finish it up because you have to be very careful that you substitute them correctly. Is that right? Always substitute them correctly. So that will be x minus what? 3. So step 3 said you should what? Expand the bracket, simplify, and make y subject of the formula. So for step 3, so let's go. We're going to have y minus 6. Now minus 8 minus 6 divided by 5 minus 3. That is minus 8 minus 6 will give you minus 14. minus 14 divided by 5 minus 3, that is 2. So that's minus 14 divided by 2, and that will give you minus what? 7. All right, x minus 3. Then you have y minus 6 is equal to minus 7x minus 7 minus 3 will give you plus 21. Take minus 6 to the other side, so y will be equal to minus 7x plus 21 plus 6. Then you simplify. Minus 7x plus 21 plus 6. So it's give you minus 7x, and this will give you 27. So the equation of a line that will pass through this point will be y will be equal to minus 7x plus 27. All right, let me pick the final example for this. So, and I'll move to the fourth type of the equation of the line. So let's say we are having this question here. Let's say find the equation. Okay, the question said find the equation of the straight line. Okay, through the points. Okay, through the points 2, 3, and minus 3, minus 4. Okay, step 1. Okay, now you see in this example, we have 2 points, but there's no slope. So we then have to use this. We need to first identify our x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so this is going to be my x1, my y1, and my x2, my y2. So let's go. So the x1 is equal to 2, the y1 is equal to 3, the x2 is equal to minus 3, the y2 is equal to minus 4. Step 2, same thing. We then have to then what? Substitute into the formula. All right. So let's go. We have y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, x minus x1. To be y minus 3, okay, is equal to minus 4 minus 3 divided by x2 minus 3 minus 2, x minus x1 is what? 2. Step 3, we're told that the next thing is to expand the bracket, simplify, and make y the subject of the formula. All right? So you're going to have y minus 3 will give you, when you minus 4 minus 3 will give you minus 7 divided by minus 3 minus 2 will give you minus 5, x minus 2. Minus divided by minus will give you plus. So it's going to be minus 3, 7 over 5, x minus 2. We open the bracket. It's going to give us y minus 3 is equal to 7 over 5, x minus 14 over 5. Take minus 3 to the other side. So y will be equal to 7 over 5 minus 14 over 5 plus 3. Minus 14 over 5 plus 3, we're going to give you plus 1 over 5. Then you have this, so with 7 over 5, x is equal to y. And this will be the equation of the what? Of the straight line. Okay? And that will be that for that. We'll go straight to the next one, which is the standard form. Okay? But just so you know, just to remind you, when you have this, it's only use this formula when you have 2 points and the gradients are not what? Are not given. So when you have the x1, y1, x2, y2, but no gradient, then you use this one. And it's a combination of the point slope form and the slope. So basically just an extension, all right? So I'm going to go to the next video, which is the standard form. There we're going to be talking about how do you write line of equation of a line in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to what? 0. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Like I always say, if you've not subscribed, what you're waiting for, click on the subscription button and also click on notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. If you have any question, feel free to send me an email, or you have a particular question you want me to make a video on, send me an email and I'll do just that. All right. So I'll see you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. So see you soon.